girl Sunshine and Jason here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys an update on what's been going on with us. I just tried to record this video, but Jason's raggedy iPhone
Also not my
destroyed
phone, right?
completely destroyed the footage and shut down, and the camera completely would not come on after 6 minutes of talking. So what's been going on with us? We haven't posted a video in 2 weeks? That's been a long time. The reason why we haven't been giving you guys updates on awesome footage is because we recently did a vehicle change, and so we traded vehicles. I told you guys we were supposed to do it the first time, but they didn't have a vehicle for us. So we finally, our truck wasn't, the truck that we were getting was in the shop at the dealer. It finally got fixed, so we got routed to Atlanta to go get it. So we're no longer in the international. My selfie stick is broken, by the way, so I have to hold the phone, so my arm is probably, this video is going to be short because my arm is weak and it's probably burning right now. So we're no longer in the international. I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss those picture windows. I'm gonna miss so many things about it. But we are currently now in the 2016 Freightliner. I will be giving you guys a tour, but it won't be as detailed as my other videos because I pretty much have the same thing. It's just a few different tweaks about this truck that are different from the other truck. One of the things first off that I can say that's different about the Freightliner versus the International is it rides a lot smoother. The International, it pretty much, it feels like the person that's in the sleeper cab, and when we go over bumps, whoever's in the sleeper cab, it was a rough ride. So it would almost throw them out the front window. What else? The one thing I like about the International is that it pulls the weight better on the load. Like the other day we were pulling a 45,000 pound load. In this Freightliner, you can feel every bit of the load. So the International had a Cummins engine. I'm not sure what engine this has, but it shifts. The Freightliner does. It rides a lot smoother, and it definitely shifts a lot smoother. And one of the things that I noticed hand is on the International, it has auto lights where they just come on automatically, but the Freightliner, you have to turn them on manually. There's more room. I wanted to straighten up for you guys before giving you a tour, but I can say I was surprised to find out that there's actually more room space in this Freightliner, except for one thing, the fact that, I don't know if you guys can see this, but I had to put Turbo up there. He's strapped in, so everything's secure. I got my bags, and foam is not straightened out up there, so, but Turbo's new room is up there. So other than that, I'm not sure. This truck is louder. I'm a little bit concerned about that. The fact that we're recording my videos, the engine, like we're climbing a hill right now. So I don't know if that's definitely the reason why the engine is like revving up like that. But the truck is louder than the International. So I'm a little concerned about recording my videos and having to tone down the sound of the engine. So let's bypass that. But what has been going on? We've been getting miles. We've been running this truck like freaking FedEx. Like right now we're on a load coming from Erie, Pennsylvania. We're going to Laredo, Texas. So it's over 1,700 miles because we came from, I think, Lancaster, New York. So we've been getting the miles. We've been running. We've been just busy. So that's pretty much one of the main reasons why we haven't been uploading anything. But let me tell you guys what happened to me before I did a truck swap. So it was Jason was asleep. It was my time to drive. So I started my pre-trip, and well, I was sitting in my vehicle because I just came out of the TA, and I was sitting in the truck, and this one guy comes up to me and he's like, you know, you have a serious air leak. So now mind you guys, the day before we ended up getting, because one of the reasons why we got out of the international is because when I was in it solo, it already had miles on it. So by the time we started running, we were putting the miles on it fast, and it had over 400,000 some miles on it, and everything for some reason just started shutting down. Stuff started shutting down. It started having air leaks, all kinds of crap. So they switched us to the 2016 Freightliner, which has fewer miles on it, and it runs way better. But anyways, back to this guy. So he's like, you know, you have an air leak. And I'm like, an air leak? What do you mean? Or whatever. So he starts looking around or whatever. And then there was another guy that walked up right behind him. And he was like, yeah, you can hear the serious air leak or whatever. And so I'm getting ready to get out of my truck. He tells me, before he tells me this, he's like, how long? He said, how do you like working for this company, the company that you work for? And I'm like, it's all right. And he's like, well, yeah, I used to work for them for 13 years. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, great. Why did you ask me, why would you ask me, why do I like working for this company? If you work for them for 13 years, then you should know. You should know what you like about them more than me. 13 years, that's a pretty long time. But anyways, this is what it's boiling down to. So the guy tells me, he's like, pop the hood. So I pop the hood and I get out and we start going around the truck looking for an air leak. So I'm like, okay, cool. This guy's trying to help me and everything. So, but mind you, I am on a strict, tight load that has to be delivered. So I didn't know about this air leak. I was just getting ready to do my inspection, but it was so he was looking around. I was on a tight schedule, and we ended up not finding the air leak. He couldn't find it. We had an idea of where it was coming from. So he's like, well, since you're at the TA, we're parked. I'm right at the fuel bay area. So he's like, you could just pull in there and get it fixed. Because if you go across the DOT scale, then they're going to hear that and you're going to basically be in trouble. And I'm like, I understand all that, but my air pressure is building up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get on down the road, drop this load off, and then I'll go and get it fixed. And so he started, he was kind of trying to give me the, you need to get this fixed now treatment or whatever. And I'm like, I'm team driving, whatever. I kept telling him, I'm like, I'm team driving. I'm on a really tight load. So I'm just going to get it up the road and then I'll get it looked at. So I told him, okay, that's enough. Cause he was still looking for the air leak like he was a mechanic. And then I just started shutting my hood and putting the clamps on it. And so I took off. So I get down the road and next thing you know, a few minutes later, I get a phone call from my company and they're like, yeah, I'm like, hello, what's going on? I thought they were calling me to see if, what's with the load because I was at the truck stop and to see if I was going to make a one-time delivery. But the guy, he's like, there was a driver that called in and he said that you had a serious air leak and you, you're driving or whatever. And I'm like, no, this freaking driver didn't. No, he did not call in. So this driver, he took down my truck number and he called into my company and told them that I had a serious air leak and I decided basically that I was operating I don't know, just doing the operating a commercial vehicle and doing dangerously. You supposed to with a serious air leak, so it's something that should be fixed immediately or whatever. So I'm like, first of all, this guy doesn't even work for you guys. He's not even he doesn't even work for us anymore. And second, my air pressure buildup is at 120 right now, and the air pressure is staying, like it's holding. So I have enough. It's not like I'm just taking a truck and dragging it down the street and everything. And I told that guy, I told that guy that I was on an urgent low and I was going to get it looked at. So this guy is petty. He ended up taking the time out to take my truck number down and call in just to tell them, basically, my whole point is, are you trying to help? Are you really trying to help me? Because what was your point in calling in to my company to tell them that? And what, like, you don't even work, or what's it to you? Like, if I want to drive a truck with the air pressure leaking out of it or whatever, like, I'm not gonna put anybody in harm. If anything, if the air pressure loses out of the truck's gonna come to an emergency stop or whatever, and I'm gonna be stuck somewhere on the side of the road. But what's it to you? It's not like when the air pressure loses, the truck is gonna roll over a steering wheel. It's not like I'm driving with one wheel. So my whole thing is, you guys gotta be careful who comes up to your truck. Now, this is another thing. He asked me, how did I like working for this company? And I said, oh, it's all right. Now, what if I would have been, what if I was feeling some type of way about this company, and I would say, and I said to him, yeah, it's full of crap, or stuff like that. Now, you guys would think I'm just talking to a fellow driver. So whatever I say to this person, it's just him asking about the company, and I'm just giving my honest opinion. But this guy is one of those drivers that try to act like, everything is cool and they're trying to help you. But really, when you take somebody's truck number down and you call in on them, then that's not helping that driver, because you're basically reporting them. But guess what? I'm the wrong person to report, because I do not care. Like, seriously, I do not care. So if I do something or whatever and you report me, it's not gonna affect me one minute, But anyways, you guys be careful about who tries to help you, who you think you may think that they're trying to help you, but really they may have other motives.